So what's going on, everyone? My name is Mr. Dalek JD and welcome to a very exciting World War II Zombies video. We are just 1 week away from the actual reveal itself at San Diego Comic-Con, and Sledgehammer Games have already started teasing and dropping bits here and there about the mode, which is super exciting as we've not heard any information at all since World War II was revealed back in April, and we're finally going to have the lid blown over next week. Now we have a lot of information to cover in this video, so sit back, get ready, because we are in for a lot of little intel drops here in this video. Now the first thing I want to mention is something which we knew about a week ago, but it's not really been touched upon yet. It's the fact that we are going to have a Hollywood cast playing as the characters inside of World War II Zombies. I mean, it's probably not that big of a surprise, as when it's not Treyarch Zombies, it's always seemingly a Hollywood cast of actors, but that's exciting. And if you have any guesses on who that could be or who you'd want to see play these characters, let me know in the comments. Now yesterday on Reddit, Sledgehammer Games mentioned in a Reddit thread saying, "Thank you for your enthusiasm, we're extremely excited to bring you this game in November. For those of you hyped about zombies, keep an eye out next Thursday, July 20th, but you might start seeing stuff sooner than you think," and they were not wrong. Now you guys might recall what happened with the reveal for IW Zombies last year, and around about 16 people in the world, including me, got given this crazy big zombies tin, which didn't open till a certain time, and within it we had the VHS tape for the reveal trailer, as well as a bunch of weird things which were related to Spaceland and the 80s theme. It seems Activision are doing the same, and my boy Milo is the first person to receive one of these packages. We're not talking about mad, weird tins containing VHS tapes in, no. We're talking about physical letters from the field which contain story information, as well as a postcard containing our first zombies map image, which is extremely hype. I think it's amazing that they do stuff like this in the first place, and for it to be in this fashion where it's really cryptic and it doesn't really make a lot of sense right now, but come next week this will make perfect sense. And this is the introduction, or the sort of backstory to one of the characters within World War II Zombies, a character called Klaus Fischer. So that is exciting, our first confirmed name. Remember it, because we're sure as hell going to know about it come next week. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the letter that he was sent so you guys can get the gist of this character and his backstory. But if you're excited to find out and hear the first character in World War II Zombies, make sure you click that thumbs up. Let's jump into it. So the letter's dated the 20th of March 1941. Mein Liebling Marie, I hope this letter finds you well. How is life in England? I hope that your studies at Cambridge are going well. Father always said that you were the natural scholar of our family, so I'm sure adapting to your new life has been seamless. I have so much to tell you. The last time we spoke, I was angry, furious. I now know that my anger was misdirected at you. I was frustrated that I had to leave my studies at Heidelberg to care for father. After my mentor, Professor Linden, retired, I thought that there was no way I could ever play a role in Germany's scientific renaissance. But fate is a funny thing. If I had stayed at Heidelberg, I would have missed out on the greatest discovery of our time, right underneath our noses. Marie, I wept when they found it. When workers came in from the mine, talking about what they had found, this artifact of legend, my life has meaning again. My life has purpose. I had to get this message to where it mattered, to the Deutsche Reich. My contacts at the university put me in touch with Früher Heinz F. Richter. From there, it was only a matter of days before the... And I can't even read that. That is a word that I legitimately don't know what that is. Rolled in with a full battalion of troops. I took Dr. Straub down to the chapel myself, showed him the hilt to what we had found, Barbarossa's sword. Who would have imagined, Marie, me giving one of the inner circle a personal tour? Destiny has placed me at the right place at the right time. In the coming days, I'm going to present him with my papers, highlights from the research I had done with Professor Linden, findings that will surely help us to understand the potential of what we have uncovered. I wish I could tell you more, and I hope to see you again when the smoke has cleared. Please forgive my heated words earlier. I will always be your brother, Marie. Klaus. Holy crap on a stick, boys and girls. very first storyline information about World War II zombies. So, it seems like the premise for this is that Klaus Fischer is a young man who did study at Heidelberg University, but got offered the opportunity to become a scientific assistant and has discovered a sword that belonged to the Holy Emperor Frederick Barbarossa. Now, somehow this sword has some sort of mystical elemental powers which we don't understand, and neither does Klaus at this point in time, but he mentions in the letter over the next few days they will start to look at the finding. And this could potentially be this universe's version of Element 115. This sword, which we don't quite understand what its powers are quite yet, but with that letter saying in the next coming days, I think that is Sledgehammer Games playing with the fourth wall here, breaking it down and basically saying over the next few days we're going to find more intel from his findings, and that could be through Sledgehammer Games teasing on their social media, or there could be more packages like this, and this isn't the only one. I don't have any intel if that's the case. If I do get one of these packages, you'll be sure to know, as I'll have a video on it on the channel, but we need to break down this letter. And most importantly as well, is Milo got sent a small photograph with an image of our zombies map. Now, I'm sure over the next day, the next couple of days, as this digests in the community, a lot of people will start to work out exactly where this zombies map is, as this could be a real location in the world that's been recreated here, or this could be a completely fictional area. We can see a sign right there, that sign being a word which is spelled B-R-A-U-E-R-E-I. I couldn't pronounce the word for the life of me, but essentially translated it means brewery, which if you didn't know is a place which produces different types of beers with different degrees of automation. Essentially just a place that creates beer. Now, since this photo isn't in colour, it's hard to work out if this is taking place at night or in the day, but you can see a lamppost with the lights on, so that pretty much tells me that this map is going to take place at night, which seems pretty cool. We have this big house over to the far right, we have a smaller one over on the left which seems to have some interesting windows, and right behind that in the background we have this huge tower, clock tower to be more specifically. Now, they want to keep this game very realistic, so I wouldn't think this would be entirely like made up, but to me the clock tower that this looks similar to is a clock tower called Marienplatz, which is in Munich, Germany. Now, this one's really tall and surrounded by a lot of other buildings, so it doesn't quite match this image, especially where clock tower looks quite short in this image because we're not even that far away from it, but we can see it really up close, while Marienplatz is huge. It's really, really tall, so I doubt it is, but if we can figure this out, then we can pinpoint a location for this map. Now, on the back of the envelope where the letter came from, we have Klaus's full name. It also says Mitarbeiter Forscher, which essentially translates to scientific assistant, which means that he's definitely now in this science role. We don't know the exact name of the corporation, but we now know that. Now, the back of the envelope also has a postcode, N14742. Now, this follows how normal postcodes are in Germany, but unfortunately this isn't a real postcode, it's just a made up one. So with that, it's clear that this is going to take place in a fictional world rather than it staying true to what it would have been like in 1940 in this world, which is pretty cool nonetheless. I'm still happy with that. And we also have a hidden message. Now, this was in invisible ink, and the way that he got this to appear was by heating up the paper, and the number is 12091. Now, there is the website which has the dossier, and you typed in the different codes to unlock stuff, and this unfortunately doesn't work with that, at least at the moment. This might be for something else. They might release a different website where this will be a usable code, so I have to just keep that safe in our back pockets for now. But with that secret website, we had the dossier originally with the two images, one of Barbarossa and another of a painting of a young man called Raphael. We now understand why we had Barbarossa, because with this character here, Klaus Fischer, he found Barbarossa's sword. You can see images of it right here on screen. It's quite a famous sword as well, so it's pretty cool that this is tied into the story. Now, to learn about why his sword is important, we need to also learn a bit about the backstory of Frederick Barbarossa. He was the Holy Roman Emperor from 1155 until his death in 1190. He was elected King of Germany at Frankfurt on the 4th of March 1152 and crowned in Aachen on 9th of March 1152. He became King of Italy in 1155 and was crowned Roman Emperor on the 18th of June 1155. Historians consider him among the Holy Roman Empire's greatest emperors. He combined qualities that made him appear almost superhuman to his contemporaries, with his longevity, his ambition, his extraordinary skills at organization, his battlefield acumen, and his political perspicuity. And what could tie in fantastically with the story of finding his sword in the first place is the folk legend about Barbarossa. And people say that he's not dead, but asleep with his knights in a cave in the Kaufhauser mountain in Thuringia, or Mount Uttersberg in Bavaria, Germany, and that when the ravens cease to fly around the mountain, he will awake and restore Germany to its ancient greatness. According to the story, his red beard has grown through the table at which he sits. His eyes are half closed in sleep, but now and then he raises his hand and sends a boy out to see if the ravens have stopped flying. So with that story in mind, and the fact that Krauss words this as playing a role in Germany's scientific renaissance, this means that this seemingly might have the power to reanimate the dead, and this could be part of creating this undead army that the Third Reich honestly wanted to try and create during World War II. If you guys have any theories or ideas, drop them down below in the comment section. I'll be covering a lot more of this over the next few days, like I mentioned. As it digests and we start to understand more, there will obviously be more to tell from this letter and this map image. But man, this looks so good. The picture honestly looks lifelike. It just looks like an image of a place in real life. It's crazy to think that that is actually in a video game. It's crazy that a week from its reveal, we're already getting images of the full map. I remember this happened 2 years ago when Shadows of Evil was about to be revealed, but all we got were images of the spawn room, but it was super zoomed in images. It was like the door that you can open with beast mode, but we could just see the chains on it, so we had no idea what it was related to. But man, Sledgehammer Games are absolutely smashing it when it comes to their teasers and the way they're hyping up stuff before reveal. This stuff is honestly incredibly amazing to even experience part of the game through physical things in real life. It's really cool. I can't wait to see what else they have up their sleeves, if they are sending more of these out, what other stuff people might get. I honestly can't wait. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. If you think you found out something about the image or about the letter which I've not mentioned, make sure to drop it in the comment section. And if you want to see the full unboxing video, of course, go open the description, go over to Milo's video and go ahead and watch it, as you guys are going to want to see it. It's pretty damn awesome. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, the reveal is 1 week away, and with teasers like this, it's obvious we're going to be getting more. So you want to make sure you don't miss any of them by hitting subscribe and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload, as this next week is going to be extremely exciting. But thank you so much for watching. You've been amazing as always, and I'll catch you next time.